Hey everyone, it's your boy Global Bogger back again with another video. I know it's been a long time since you guys seen my face or even heard my voice, but oh well, I've been ghosting for my own personal reasons, you know what I'm saying? It hasn't really been easy. I just wanted to keep everybody updated with what's happening. You know, I made a post on my Instagram 2 days ago regarding the march happening in London at the Parliament Square on the 18th March. And most people didn't seem to know what the main cause of the match was. You know what I'm saying? So just take a quick look at this video that NICOLE's manager did and posted on Instagram, just to give you a quick insight before I get in deep with you guys. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, let's watch this video.
First and foremost, we would like to thank every single one of you for your ongoing support, the love you've shown, the kindness you've shown. The prayers, the messages do not go unnoticed at all. Like, we appreciate you guys so much. The family are so touched and so moved by how loving everybody has been. So it's just really important that I mention that first and foremost. Now, I'm going to try not to take up too much of your time, but I would like, recording this video today to share with you exactly what happened on the day, and to give you just a little bit of insight, because I think you've not had that. And for the purpose of not jeopardising the case, as you guys know, we took legal action and we didn't want anything to jeopardise that or for a spanner in the works. So we've tried to play it as safe as possible. And we believe it's good that we've done it the right way. Now, for context, I was NICOLE's manager. I continue to kind of, spearhead a lot of the media relations and support the family in whatever way I can. Now, I'm just going to go through the sequence of events. I'm going to try not to delve too deeply if unnecessary, but anything that I do go into with finer detail, I'm saying it for a reason. So on the night in question, NICOLE had raised alarm with Bogger that she wasn't feeling too well. Now, when Bogger went, because this was via a phone call, he was downstairs, she was upstairs. Bogger went upstairs and went to see to NICOLE. She wasn't feeling too good. She ended up collapsing. Now, in that process, she had like shortness of breath, struggling to breathe. Bogger had tried to raise the alarm. He'd also called his neighbour, who helped him contact the ambulance. That was a bit of a struggle, I think, initially. Bogger had called NICOLE's mother, who was in London. For context, Bogger and NICOLE were living outside of London. So NICOLE's mum also called the ambulance from London and told the London ambulance to put her through to the Yorkshire ambulance. She raised alarm and asked them to send an ambulance over to NICOLE's home. Now, I won't go into all of the details, but let's just say that the wrong category ambulance was sent to the home. I think 2 wrong units were sent, actually. It was actually the one that NICOLE's mum had called that ended up being the right one for whatever reason. And there was delays as well with this. So just bear that in mind. Now, when the ambulance eventually came, they took them to the hospital after they tried everything they could try within the home. Sadly, Bogger wasn't able to follow them in the ambulance for whatever reason. It might have been a COVID restriction thing, I don't know. When they got to the hospital, Rain was delivered, and Rain did live. Bogger got to see his son now, and obviously the grandma and granddad got to see their grandson. Sadly, Rain only lived for 7 hours. Which is not great, obviously, but he was delivered. It's important that we know that, because I know so many people reported different things on this. So that's essentially what happened on that day. Now, what we've come to learn is that NICOLE had a heart condition called HCM. Now, I don't actually know, I can't pronounce what that stands for, but it's a heart condition that we've now learned is genetic. And it's actually the same condition that her grandmother died of in the 80s. Now, questions were raised during the inquest from the family as to why, when her grandmother died, the family weren't offered testing to rule out any of her kids having the condition, because if not treated properly, you will die from it, essentially. But it's not necessarily a death sentence. There are ways to navigate, obviously, around it. So that's one thing. Now, another thing, and many of you guys will have watched NICOLE's video where she flags having shortness of breath. In the video, she specifically says that she struggles to walk from one side of the room to the other. She feels like she's going to die. And she also describes it as feeling like she's being eaten from the inside out. She said she raised the concerns about the shortness of breath with her midwife, and that her midwife said, it's fine, you're carrying a baby.
First thing about my pregnancy is that I'm always out of breath. I could walk from here to the end of the room and I would feel like I'm dying. Like, I went to my midwife and I was like, oh my God, like, is this normal? I don't understand. She was like, yeah, you're carrying a child. There's a whole human inside of you. The baby is eating. Like, I feel like the baby's eating me. Like, that's the worst thing. It's so hard. It looks easy, guys. It is easy to a certain extent, but it's hard. I'm not even going to lie to you.
Now, on the inquest, I was there. I heard this with my own 2 ears. The midwife said there was no recollection or no recording, or there's no notes that stated that NICOLE had ever raised shortness of breath as being a concern of hers during her pregnancy. Okay. They also then went on to say that if any person comes in, any pregnant woman comes in to see them or speaks to them on the phone and says, I'm struggling with shortness of breath, that it is part of their protocol to ensure that that person is checked to rule out anything sinister. Like I said, I was there. I heard it with my own 2 ears. Now, essentially what they're saying is, obviously there's no record of it on their system, so it didn't happen. That complaint to them wasn't made. Now, we know that NICOLE was not preempting her death and wasn't trying to get or set anyone up when she said in the video, and I'm glad that she put that video out and said that she'd raised it with a midwife. So we have concerns around that, as you guys could understand. In terms of the outcome of the inquest, they've ruled everything as satisfactory, and that they don't believe that there could be anything could have been done to save NICOLE or Rain. And so for them, there's no leg when it comes to like putting the liability on the hospital or on the ambulance service, which I will say out loud, I thoroughly disagree with. For those of you that watched that video, and for anyone that knows NICOLE, and for Blogger himself, who has spoken about being there when she raised these concerns, and her mum being there when she's been on the phone and also raised these concerns, it's a bit shocking and startling to know that she said A and they're saying B. We all know, well, I say we all know, it's been recorded several times within the media that black women are 4 times more likely to die during pregnancy. And they record different reasons. I think there was a inquiry done by Birthright that recorded something like women experiencing things like microaggressions and denial of pain relief, not being taken seriously. Like, this is stuff that's been recorded. It's out there. You can go do your research. The statistics are there. And so it really shakes me to my core to just think that this is another one of those situations where, had they done further tests, they would have probably they would have found that NICOLE had this condition, and at least proper care could have been put in place to save her. The ambulance service, that's a whole nother thing, because the pathologist there was stating that, I guess, time's not a factor, but we've had a cardiologist who has said that every second, every minute counts. And we're upset that that's being dismissed the time lapse is being dismissed, because every second that went, NICOLE was losing her chances. Every second that went, Rain was losing his chances of survival, of living, of any quality of life, essentially. So why are we overlooking that mistakes from their end could have saved at least a life? Maybe not both, but at least one, or maybe both. Who knows? We don't know. And we just don't want this to be overlooked at all. I mean, it was actually raised to the coroner that we would like to have a cardiologist present at the inquest. She didn't feel like it was necessary to have that there, which, again, to me, it's my personal opinion, is questionable, because I just don't understand why, when this is a heart-related thing, we don't have a cardiologist in the mix to just say, these are like, this is the stats, this is the data, this is why this is important. And instead, I feel like the person brought in, whilst they obviously their views as a pathologist is valid, and I'm not dismissing it, I'm just saying that, like, it would have been good to have the variety of the people at the table to at least give their opinions, their medical and professional opinions on the matter. Now, there's so many other little things, but I don't want to delve into like tiny little stuff. I just focus on the main things. Racial discrimination. I personally think that's definitely present in this case. And I guess the ambulance service, and it's just kind of the mistakes that happened on the night. It's even been, noted that the handler and the supervisor on the night were having a squabble, so there was like issues. Oh, so many different things that just contributed to this case being like the worst in the world, honestly. Anyway, what we want to do is we want to start to take next steps, because we don't want this to happen to anyone else, any other family. We want Black people to take their heart health seriously, and test, if we can test. If it's something we need to do, that's one thing. But most importantly, we don't want people to be dying aimlessly anymore. It's not right. I'm a Black woman myself. I don't want this to happen to anyone else at all. Like, this rips me. Honestly, it really does. It really gets to me, because it's like, why does stuff like this happen? Like, why are we not listened to? Why, when I say A, is it interpreted as B? Why? And I think many of us will have our own stories of failings that are due to how we look and who we are. And we don't want this to happen anymore. We want the NHS to realise that there's a systemic issue here, and we want this to be dealt with accordingly. We want them to say, we don't want to see Black women dying anymore aimlessly, and so we're going to take these actions. This is important for us. We want a better system, and a system that doesn't kill us. And I don't think that's too much to ask for. Now, this video has gone on way longer than I wanted it to. But we want to march. And I'm going to post up the details. We'll share the details with you of where we want to do that. For those of you that are in London or close by, anyone that can get to London, we would really just call for you to join us on this day. Like I said, we will put something out, and because we want to make some noise about it, and then, you know, follow up as well with some other steps, which we'll share with you guys. There is an article that's gone out today by The Independent that covers some finer detail statements directly from Bogger and NICOLE's mum, and also the NHS trusts themselves. So please check that out. I will put the link to that in the bio. And again, please continue to pray, continue to reach out, continue to support. We really want you guys to stand with us, because we just, this death can't just we can't just let this go. We can't just be like, okay, that's it. You know, this is what the inquest has said. We can't allow this to happen to another family, and we won't allow this. So we really call for you guys to join us and to support us. Thank you for listening to this very, very long video. I didn't want it to be this long at all. I thought it was going to be 5 minutes, but it's not. But yeah, really, really appreciate you guys again. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Conversation.
Nika.
No,
It's my nephew.
Oh, it's so.
Okay, cool. So guys, welcome back. So yeah, that was Nicole's manager explaining what really happened and the reason why we took legal action and why we're going ahead to march at the Parliament Square to make to create awareness of what's actually happening. I feel like people that are in charge that could put stuff into place are not really doing their job, really and truly. So action is needed, you know. We can't be silenced by what's happening, you know, people being ignorant and stuff, you know. It really doesn't make sense at all, you know. At the early stages, I wasn't really myself, so I really wasn't paying attention with this whole legal process and stuff. But like, as I'm like getting myself back again and stuff, I'm really like thinking that really and truly like someone needs to be held accountable for this, you know what I'm saying? Because it's not like Nicole never complained of what was happening. She really did. She said it enough times to the midwife, you know, to when we went to get the baby, when we went to check the sex of the baby. I think she said it as well. And she even made a video about her health on YouTube, you know, it was on YouTube. So I feel like it was just ignored, you feel me? So such incident should not be should not be ignored, like, you feel me? I feel like action needs to be taken, you feel me? So that's one main reason why this march needs to be like, that's one main reason why this march is happening on the 18th of December, to create awareness for people to know that it wasn't just any kind of, you know, like death that happened. It was something that could have been avoided, you know what I'm saying, if some people did their jobs properly, you feel me? So yeah, that's the main reason why this match is actually going on the 18th, you know what I'm saying? Because if someone or certain people did their jobs properly, Nicole and Rain would have been here with us today, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, guys, that really and truly, that's what this video is really about, to keep you guys updated with what's really happening. And anybody in London or any real lovers of Nicole, fans of Nicole, my fans in London, join us on the 18th, you know, as we march on the streets to make the whole world, you know that this wasn't any type of loss, you know what I'm saying? It was just certain people being ignorant, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I would really appreciate if the whole world can come along and march with us on the 18th, so we can, you know, spread this word, help us spread this word to people that, you know, that we're being ignored, you know, like something needs to happen. Someone needs to be held accountable for what happened, you know what I'm saying, you know, because it wasn't just any type of death, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Guys, life hasn't been easy with me, to be honest with you, bro. Honestly, since I left the UK and came to Ghana, which was last year July, I really thought I was alright then, you know, a little bit alright then, even though it was a year after the incident. But sadly for me, that was just like my early stages, you feel me? I'm only now getting into my own apartment, like I'm only now feeling myself again, like doing my music again, dancing again, you know what I'm saying? It's only now that I'm really feeling my old self again, even though I'm not feeling it as before, but you know, I can say now that I'm much better than before, you feel me? So yeah, and the reason why it's taken this long for everyone to kind of know what's happening or what happened is because after the whole incident, we had to take action, you know what I'm saying? And the inquest only happened last month, which was, I think last 2 months, which was in October. So we couldn't really say nothing until the inquest was done. And after the inquest, we still didn't really hear what we was expecting to hear. So that's why we're deciding to go on the streets of London to make everybody, you know, aware of what's really happening, you know what I'm saying? That we can't be silenced, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, the fact that the inquest didn't go how we wanted it doesn't mean we should just sit home and accept what happened, you know what I'm saying? Some people were ignorant. Some people decided to just not do their job properly. Some people decided not to do their job properly. Like, honestly, that's where it is, you know what I'm saying? Because looking at the situation of the day, that the thing even happened, we rang 3 different ambulance services, and they was all late. You know what I'm saying? They was all late, like very, very late. So someone needs to be held accountable for this, honestly. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, guys, on the 18th of December, just come out in your numbers, tell a friend to tell a friend, bring your moms, bring your boyfriends. 18th of December to the Parliament Square, 12:30 midday. Let's just let the world hear what's happening, because what happened really, really wasn't meant to happen. It wouldn't have happened if some people did their jobs properly. So yeah, thanks guys for watching this video. This is a quick one, and also forgive me for not seeing me on the channel a lot, because I'm not gonna lie, it hasn't been easy for me, really and truly. So yeah, man, anybody out there supporting the movement, supporting the NICOLE Rain channel, like, much love. I really appreciate you guys. I ain't gonna lie to you guys, like, I really love you guys so much. The support and the love is still there till now. So I encourage all of you to join us on the 18th of December to spread the word. Let's let these people know that, you know, someone needs to be held accountable for this. That, you know, and it was because of ignorance. That's what caused the death of my wife and my son. So yeah, so on the 18th, just join me, guys, so we can let the world hear this. All right, thank you guys for watching. We'll link up later.